Well, welcome back to the Pet Stop. I'm Dr. Brian Voynick. October is National Pet Wellness Month, and while we all want the best for our pets, dogs and cat owners can sometimes make some serious mistakes when it comes to their pet's health. Well, here to talk about some of the do's and don'ts of caring for your pet is Dr. Sheldon Rubin, and he is a nationally recognized veterinarian and longtime vet to Oprah Winfrey's dogs. He's also the author of 6 books and a past winner of the American Animal Hospital Association's Practitioner of the Year Award. It's so great to have you.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Well, we all want to do the right thing for our pets. It's all well-intentioned, but sometimes we don't.
Sometimes we think we're doing right and we're doing wrong. So we're going to cover a couple of those today for your viewers.
Great.
You know, we're continually humanizing our pets into the family. They're part of the family.
Yep, absolutely.
And you know, just like you and I, we want to make sure that we watch what we eat, and we want to make sure that we make healthy choices. Well, we got to do the same thing for our pets. That's really where true wellness begins, right there. Now, you're sitting at the dinner table or the lunch table, and your dog's sitting there with those big brown eyes looking up at you, and what happens? You feed them table food. That's a no-no. That's the first thing that we're going to say is a no-no. Because actually what's happening when you feed table food is you're giving them food that's not balanced for their nutrition, that oftentimes will cause vomiting and diarrhea.
Yeah.
If it's a high-fat food, it can cause pancreatitis, very serious and expensive disease.
Absolutely.
For a dog. I mean, you know that.
Oh, yeah.
And those are really things. The best food that you can give is a consistent, natural diet. One that is formulated for the specific needs of the pet. Now, I recommend Wellness. I think it's a great natural brand, and it's put together with consists of simple, wholesome, real food ingredients that works on your pet's health system as well as its immune system from puppy to senior years. It's like going to the market. You know, it's like going to the fresh market outside or the farmer's market and picking out the best of everything and putting it in a bag and try and feed it to your dog. Well, in this case, it's all balanced and nutritional. So that's why I like that food so much.
Good. Consistency is the key, and thank you for bringing up fat, because
that's a big deal.
Pancreatitis is so painful and horrible.
But you know, it is important though that we do treat our dogs. You know, we are a nation of showing our love with food. But we want to treat our dogs, and I like to do a treat that's nutritional. And remember that the treat that you use, and I happen to like the Wellness Pure treat that rewards that are right here, the Wellness Pure Rewards. It's 90% meat, and the nice thing about this is you're giving a nutritional treat, but always remember that the calories from a treat should not be more than 10% of the total for the day. So who do you ask how many calories to give your dog? Your veterinarian, of course. Good. He knows the best.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So this is another point that you wanted to make, those full food bowls.
You know, a lot of people for both dogs and cats will take the food bowl and just fill it up, leave it mounded, and then when it's empty, maybe they'll put some more in or close to it.
Right.
That's wrong. That's why we have obesity as a problem.
That's right.
As you know, as a practitioner, and I've been practicing for over 40 years, one of the #1 diseases that we see is obesity. Yeah. And about 45 to 47% of dogs are obese, and well over 50% of our cats are obese. So what do you need to do? You need to measure the amount of food you're giving. Don't fill the bowl with it. Feed them twice a day. I love feeding them twice a day with a quality food like the Wellness food. And you have to train your pet though. If you're used to feeding the bowl, filling it up all the time, the best thing to do is to put the food down for 15 or 20 minutes, put the proper amount in, and then take it away and feed them again 8 hours later. Don't leave it down all day for them. And that's the way you can control food.
Because if out of boredom, they'll just come by. I tell clients, look, if you have a bowl of pretzels or potato chips on your table all day long, you may not even be consciously taking it and putting it in your mouth. It's the same thing with dogs and cats.
But you know, another thing for cats particularly, because we have such an issue with obesity in cats, if you take their daily their daily calories and food and put them in these little treat balls, and then you place them around the house. You know, it's a natural hunting instinct that they have, and they love running around the house looking for the food.
Burn off those calories.
Thing. Do the same thing with a dog with one of these Kong-like treats. Put the food inside.
Okay.
Yep. Now the next thing we wanted to talk about actually was the belief that you could make a cat a vegetarian. And You know, I mean, I know that you love nutrition, but there's something about a cat, because they're what we call obligate carnivores.
Absolutely, yeah.
They have to have protein from fish or meat.
Right.
It's
They need
very
that
important.
taurine, yep.
And if you leave out the fish and meat and you try to bring them up as a vegetarian, you're going to have some serious problems. Taurine, you mentioned it, the amino acid taurine, which can cause eye problems, heart problems, and reproductive problems. So it's very, very important. That's why I like this wellness, healthy, complete diet for
cats. Cats are not dogs.
You take everything, you put it in the bag, make it nutritionally complete for your cat. They love it. It's very palatable. But most important, they're going to look good. They're going to stay fit and trim. And because of the pure proteins in here, they're going to have nice lean muscle mass.
Right.
In addition to that, their coat, because of the omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids, their coat and skin is going to look great.
Okay. A little bit of time we have left. We have 2 more points to
Very important. Milk is a no-no for our pets. They don't have the enzyme to break milk sugar down. The lactase will cause, of course, diarrhea. The other issue is cats have a huge problem with urinary tract issues.
Absolutely.
And so what we want to do is, most veterinarians are recommending that we feed more canned food, because that gets more water in. Put water around the house, use a bubbling fountain for cats, they love it, and start feeding some canned food for cats. This is really good. Either the pate type food or either the morsels, which is very good. And I like the Wellness brand very well.
I even used to mix hot water in with my canned food. My cat just
if your cat loves
lived
it,
over a little over 20 years. And,
it's a great way.
Very well,
but you know,
got to get that water in.
Kidney disease is number one. You got to get more water. They're not big water drinkers naturally.
Exactly.
And don't feed a cat fish, human fish.
Right.
Human fish by itself as a diet is very deficient. You'll have vitamin E issues. You'll have all sorts of issues. Use a good quality cat food. And like I say, the Wellness Natural is my favorite.
Dr. Rubin, so good
My
to
pleasure.
have you.
Thank you.
5 simple steps on keeping your pet healthy. Thanks for being here.
Thank you very much for inviting me.
Folks, now it's time for a Pet of the Week. And these photos are sent to us by Jean and Boyd in Mendham.